What's up, traders? This is Vee Trades, and today I will be doing a technical analysis breakdown for strategy with the ticker symbol MSTR. I will first be going over what I see on the daily chart and finish the video off with the weekly chart. This video is for entertainment purposes only. Please trade at your own risk. So make sure you guys check out my TradingView affiliate link in my video description below. If you guys want to save some money when you guys get a membership to TradingView, it's the platform that I use to do my analysis. Highly recommend it. Very professional, very reliable. Allows you to chart without any interruptions from advertisements and allows you to save the charts so you can come back to it without redrawing everything that you did before. So highly recommend TradingView. Link in the video description below. I just have the basic one. That's all you need. I don't use a lot of indicators. I only use one. It's a 21 bar EMA. That's just how I analyze charts. Simple, because indicators, there's thousands of them. So which one really gives you an edge? It's just whatever helps you read the price the best. That's the one you want to use. So I like the EMA. Just shows me when price is, getting out of hand and when it's where the average is basically. So nonetheless, let's go over the analysis. You see that price is still consolidating at the highs of this impulse. So all of this is just an impulse. This is a large move up higher. We're correcting sideways. And this is typically a good sign, right? If price makes a large move up higher, you don't want it dropping back down sharply. You want it to at least stabilize some percentage of the move up. So that's where, like the fib retracement tool comes in. So you could take the fib retracement tool. I think it was somewhere over here. So you take, from high to low, we haven't even retraced, 23% yet. So that's like the first level, that typically price can pull back to. And that looks like a logical level because that's probably where the EMA can catch up to, and there's some gaps that can be filled. So we could see, a slight drop down lower. And that's also indicated by a range measured move. So typically, when price does a breakout of a range and is successful, we can double the size of the previous range. So if we double this range, it takes it right to the similar level of about 387, which was like that fib retracement level, the 23 point, slightly above it. But either way, you can get an idea that it comes to the same area on the chart. So if we do see a pullback, this would be the area where you want to see price move up from. You don't want it dropping too far down. Again, it can happen, but typically with this large move up higher and showing this much strength, I typically would say that price would fall within this bounds right over here, this red circle, and that's if it does that. Sometimes you might just see price resume the trend from where we are right now. So if we do see a drop, it's not something unnatural, it's not something crazy, but this is the area you'd want to see price reverse from. If it drops down lower, it's not the end of the world, but it's not really conducive to like a strong trend. A strong trend, you would not see that large of a pullback. So if we do want to continue to see a strong trend, you don't want to see it pull back that much lower. But overall, this is a very good sign. It's consolidating at the highs. Most likely it's going to break out higher. I'm looking for a breakout of the prior swing level. There's a lot of probably shorts who have the stop losses above this level right here at the mid 400. So think about it this way. So when price was right over here, shorts would have their stop loss above this swing high, because if price comes back up to it, they're like, okay, let me get out of my position because it can continue much higher. So they'll put the stops above the swings. Generally, it's always it can be all over the chart, but generally it'll be above key locations like a swing, some sort of fixed point on the chart. So we have a swing right here, and what do you know? If you look to the right side of the chart, that's where you see a nice move, strong move up higher. Similar situation right here. Those stop losses up here. You look on the right side, price gapped up right through that level, and it was a breakout. So again, stop losses got hit there and hit there. Next level is right over here. So people who did not get out of the short here or over here, they have it right over here. And some even have it at this prior high. So, the market is trying to squeeze them out. They're looking for that liquidity because their liquidity is long to get out of the positions. The market, is coming for them. So I think the shorts are going to be trapped. That's what you call a trap in the market when they're stuck in a trade and they're already in a loss or about to be in a loss. So I think the market will continue to hurt people who are on the wrong side of the market, wrong side of the trade, which is up. So this is indicating nice strength to the upside. Looking for price to break out higher. So overall, not much news in terms of them acquiring more Bitcoin. Seems kind of quiet as of right now. Bitcoin is also looking kind of quiet as well. Similar structure, as you can see here. This is waiting to break out of its prior all-time high level as well, consolidating near this range high area. So looking for a breakout. I think once it breaks out, we're going to see a very nice move for MicroStrategy as well. So that's all I have on the daily chart. Let's take a look at the weekly chart before we wrap it all up. This week is almost done. We only have about an hour and a half left in the market. Then we have Thursday and Friday. So far, it's the red week. But again, we did have red weeks in this move up higher as well. So this impulse up, there were 2 red weeks earlier on, and then we saw a nice move up higher. So we could see something similar again here. It's not a big deal. But overall, it is moving up higher, much better than what it was just last month or even in April, March, where people were scared it was going to continue dropping down lower. You can see that price made a higher low and then it rocketed off that level. Let's take a look at the log scale, get a better image of it. Someone asked me in the comments if I remember, you're using a measure move target using the log scale. Is that possible? Yes, you can do it on the log scale because it's still price. And traders, sometimes look at both charts, especially like, let's say I go back to the regular chart. It's not that easy to do a measure move target off of this level. Like you can't even analyze any of this price action right here. It just looks like a flat line. It looks like it's non-existent, but it is important because price is moving up higher over here. So it doesn't really calibrate the chart properly. It's out of focus. So if I do a measure move target, yeah, you could do it here, and it does sometimes play out. Like for example, if we do one leg up right here, the next short-term target could be 666, 667, 668 in the short term, and you'll probably see some rejection there on the linear chart. But then you'll find out that price just blasts right through it. You're like, well, why did that happen? Well, if you go in the log chart, it'll make more sense because there was a longer-term target in play based on more of like an accurate image of the price action. So this one looks a lot more accurate. So if you do the same, analysis, one leg up, second leg up, this one brings it towards $1,200. So you'll see that happen. I've done that plenty of times where I'll do a measurement target on the regular chart and then it just blasts right through it. And then I switch it to the log chart and I measure it again and it's right at that level, right at that measurement target, basing it off in the log scale. So that's something I just discovered myself. Use both charts because you want to include of a more accurate, more focused view of the price action, and using the measuring target on both is more reliable, and especially when trends are exponential. Right, for Bitcoin, you got to use the log scale. You can't analyze anything before like 2020, or anything. You know what I'm saying? Like it just it doesn't appear on the chart. But if you do it on the log scale, it appears on the chart and it makes a lot more sense. So you can analyze that price action. So anyway, this trend looks very strong. Looking for, I think I already said 1,500, 4,000, probably by the end of the year. If it doesn't take by the end of the year, it might happen later. Why? Because just if you extrapolate this trend momentum, it is a nice strong trend, but it's not anything that's going parabolic yet. So if we do go parabolic, it might take, maybe early next year, which is fine as well. I don't care if it takes a little bit longer as long as we get there. So I think the way it's moving, it could be a little bit slower. And I've heard from one channel that, yes, we could still be in a typical cycle, even if we do slightly exceed the normality of a December, November top typically for Bitcoin in the fourth year. So even if we do exceed the cycle, I'm saying that Bitcoin will also most likely take a little bit longer as well to come to a top. I'm not saying Bitcoin will top exactly at the end of this year. I'm typically that's what happens, but I'm saying that it might not, and MicroStrategy will most likely follow as well, which is kind of which is being indicated on the chart that this might take a little bit longer than just the end of the year to reach those long-term targets. Again, nothing's guaranteed. We're just going off of what we see and extrapolating that into the future. So if things change drastically, then we will also change our analysis. We don't know what's gonna we don't know what's gonna happen over here. This big empty space on the chart. But when we see this price action, we can expect it to continue higher, something like that. So I don't know if you could maybe add a curve to this. I don't think I've really used that curve tool before. I know there's a curve on here somewhere. Um, Let me see if I could find it real quick. Anyway, you can draw a curve on here and it'll, show some sort of exponential trend better, something like that. So that would make more sense, but it could take a little bit longer than just the end of the year. So let's see what happens, but I'll give you guys an update as much as I can. This is Vee Trades, and thank you for your time.